Hi everybody, this is Callie Dale, and today I wanted to give you part one of a 5-part series that I'm doing about 5 ways to overcome obstacles. And I'm getting this information from one of my mentors and business leaders, and I'm going through this training with him, and it's great information. I suggest if you have a pen and paper to take it out, because it is stuff that I've gained directly from him, and he is a leader in this industry. So get out a paper and pencil or pen and take some notes. All right, so get rid of old patterns that lead to failure. How? First, you must recognize the patterns or behaviors that are holding you back. Be honest with yourself as to why you participate in those behaviors. Tell yourself that it is not benefiting you in a way that would lead you closer to your main goal. And then you need to start seeing yourself as a leader. If you cannot control yourself or be your own leader, you cannot control your success. And then he said that it's very important to eliminate the word try and should. Should is a word for procrastinators. It tricks us into confusing intentions with actual behavior. And I really had to think about that one, but it's so true. Um, I hear all the time, you shouldn't be shoulding on yourself all the time, right? So um, because it's an excuse, you think that you know you have these intentions to do it, but you actually never get around to it. All right, and then this is something we've all heard probably before: do or do not, there is no try. I think that's a Yoda thing. Anyway, that's a big. Okay. All right, so he said to eliminate the word problems. Problems focuses on where we are instead of where we want to go. Replace that word with challenges. Whatever challenges you face, he said to look at it from 30,000 feet above the challenge. And I did this visualizing it when I was going through this training, and it made me realize how small your challenges truly become if you look at it from that kind of perspective. And by doing that, you're able to rise above those challenges, and then you can ask yourself the right questions, like, how do I overcome this challenge? What can I do to overcome this challenge? And then the next one is to stop letting past mistakes control how you think about the present. You are not the mistakes of your past. Focus on this resources and capabilities you have gleaned from those mistakes. Your mistakes and failures represent your greatest asset. And when I was thinking about that as well, I look at the mistakes or the struggles that I've gone through in the past, and I know that those are the times when I've been able to overcome those. Those are the times that I have gained the most, and I can learn from those mistakes, and I can gain confidence knowing that I have the ability to overcome those types of challenges. So that is a big one for me as well. So he said to focus on the right things. Poor people focus on what they are afraid of or their problems, and then they wonder why they get the results they do. And then rich people focus on where they want to go and what they need to do to get there. And then I really liked these quotes that he gave me. He said, "Where focus goes, energy flows, and what you focus on expands." So basically, those things that we focus on, whether negative or positive, that's where all of our energy is going. That's where the things that in our life, whether it be our problems or whether it be our vision, expands and it gets bigger. So definitely want that to be your vision rather than your problems. All right. Now, on to breaking old patterns. He said, in Newton's law of motion, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. And that holds true for our patterns of behavior as well. So we tend to continue to do the same things over and over, even when they are of no benefit to us. And I think that this can kind of go along with um, addiction, maybe you are addicted to your cell phone or computer games, or those things that we do, those kinds of things, they really are of no benefit to us, and we just continue to do them over and over. Or even if it's watching TV, or there's so much more that we can be doing in our lives than to waste it doing things like that, watching TV, listening to the news. There's never any good news on anyway, so why listen to it? And it's usually negative, and of course we want to fill our minds with positivity. So anyway, all right, he said that we are conditioned to look at problems rather than solutions. Breaking our old patterns is a two-step process. So step one in that process is you must become aware that old patterns are getting in the way of your goals. So he said to tell yourself, this is an old pattern that does not serve me well. He said to actually say that out loud. Recognize it and say it out loud. This is something that is not serving me. And then to make a conscious decision to think or act differently. He said it's not difficult to do something if you want it bad enough. And isn't that true? When there are things in our lives that we want so bad, we'll do whatever it takes to get them. And if our vision becomes big enough and we want it strongly enough, then there's nothing that can stop us from getting that. All right, and then step number 2, he said condition a new pattern. He said old patterns need to be replaced with new, more effective ones, otherwise they will keep coming back. If we don't replace that pattern or that behavior that we continuously do, it will, because it's just something that we are so used to doing, it's going to come back unless we replace it with ones that fill our time with more productive things, with more knowledge, things that will increase our lives rather than just waste our time. He said, don't allow yourself to be a creature of circumstance. Instead, be a creator of circumstance. And I really liked that. We want to create our own lives. We want to have that ability and that, to be able to do what we want to do, the freedom to do what we want to do. And that is our ultimate goal. So I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video, and here are some action steps that you can take along with you. Remove the words should, try, and problems from your vocabulary and see what that does to your life. I think that it will really make a big difference in the way that you think that you normally think about things in your life. And then start seeing yourself as a leader, and be a leader for yourself first. Stay focused on the right things. What do you want? What do you need to do to get it? And identify old patterns that are getting in your way. Condition a new, more effective pattern to replace it with. Become a creator of circumstance. And with that being said, I want you to stay tuned for part 2 of Overcoming Obstacles. And thank you so much for being here once again. And please visit my blog at thinginmarketinggroup.com, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.